Hi, everyone. Welcome to SBR Sports Picks. His name's Jimy the Bag. My name is Peter Loshak. This is Loshak in the Bag Show for Friday morning, Friday, July 13th. Yesterday was an up and down day once again. Jimy the Bag, we did nail CFL. Let's start out with that. Nailed it. Nailed it. The under was easy.
It was also easy. I just don't think a team's going to, this earlier in the year, not show up a week after a bye.
Yeah, that was actually a terrible overlook by me. Although I got spooked by the line move, and you saw all those pseudo sharp suckers thought they had a really smart play on Ottawa as an underdog. Right? Let me see where that one closed. I think that one closed. I don't remember what the closing line was, but it was headed down in the afternoon show. Yeah, closed at 2.5. At most places. And, it was a pretty obvious play on Calgary. I'm once again annoyed. I gotta, but then again, there's other times when you're like, the market was obviously telling me something that we should have known there. So, but no, in that situation, I guess the answer is if you have a strong reason to not like the market movement, then just go with it. If you're a little bit hesitant and unsure, and then you see a strong market movement, then it's like, all right, that's probably right. You know
agree.
What I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But that was, we're just talking about a team that's 32-6-2 in the regular season in the last 2+ years.
Yeah.
And you're getting it -2.5. A team now there have been some close games, but Ottawa's beaten them once in their last now 10 times. Come on, it was just don't overthink it in a situation like this. Just go with the ground fruit.
Yeah, absolutely. So we nailed the CFL game yesterday. I wish I had taken the full game over as well, but I wound up taking the full game under. I wound up taking the first half under, and I'm now 11-4 in CFL. I think Jim is 8-3 or something like that in a CFL. So we do have CFL today, and we'll be throwing that record up either in the afternoon show or in today's show. Of course, we have MMA coming up, a very interesting MMA card. I've made no official plays on this MMA card this weekend. Andreas Hale gave us 4 official plays, though, and did our boy Andy Marak send in any analysis?
He certainly did.
All right, so we'll probably get to that in the afternoon. Of course, we have
there he is right there in our chat. What a guy.
Marak.
But also before, I hate to stop us just in the intro, but it is Pittsburgh Brew's birthday. Not asking for a pick.
All right.
Not asking for a pick, just saying, it's my birthday today, boys. Let's win some money. Happy birthday, Pittsburgh Brew. Can you send them a little bit of love?
Oh, hell yeah. Shout out to Pittsburgh Brew. Pittsburgh is a fun town.
Great
town.
What I'm
saying?
Great city.
Funky town. A lot of nice place to go have a nice beer. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
They also got some big-boned ladies in Pittsburgh, similar to Canada, which I am a very big fan of. And shout out to Pittsburgh Brew. Hope you have a couple nice brews this weekend and have a good weekend overall and a great year this year for you, Pittsburgh Brew. Shout out to Pittsburgh Brew. That was a pretty good birthday shout out, right?
That was a pretty good birthday shout out.
So yesterday in MLB, I think we both had about a break-even day. Did you have a slight loser, Jim?
I'd have to go over it again, but I was on my way to getting into single-digit units until I lost the last two. Paxton, first pitch of the game, sent for a home run at 92 miles an hour. We knew something was wrong immediately, so that was a bad spot. And then the Dodgers on the run line, they didn't cover the run line, so lost the last 2 plays.
That's right. That
would have been a winning day, but still, it was a winning day overall because we killed the WNBA and won CFL. So
my day in MLB was a break-even day, but that was only because I had 2 early losers in that terrible Arizona-Colorado game. In the night game, I had a night slate. I had a bunch of good picks and left more money on the table. Again, I guess my reads on these games aren't that bad because I did wind up in the late show forcing myself to take Boston -1, and you tailed that one, Jim, and so we both got a unit on that one. But, as I said, I was also liking the over and the Boston. 2 weeks ago, that would have been a no-brainer quadruple up game where I took the first 5 innings over, the team total over for Boston, and the full game over, and those all would have cashed. I would have had a bunch more units. So hopefully I'm turning the ship here a little bit. Maybe my reads on these games aren't so bad. We got a full slate of games today.
Kingu About Business hammered the Severino under K's, won that. Got the over for both Happ and Kluber. Great job. Kingu About Business, Red Girl hitting those pitchers, strikeout props, and doing a great job with it.
All right, so we got WNBA today, we got CFL today, we got MMA today, and then we got soccer, of course, which we're going to go over. So some of that stuff we might get to in the afternoon show. Probably the morning show will be all about MLB and WNBA. Let's quickly look at some comments, and then we'll get into WNBA.
Money Gang Rail. Ooh, adding the Money Gang to King Rail's name. I told y'all, Blazers -6, easy money.
I did see that.
He's destroying NBA Summer League.
Gosh, I did see that. I was the Blazers, man. I wanted to tail that one. He gave it at -6.5 6.5 or something like that, and the day just whipped by and I forgot to tail it, and it cashed. So shout out to King Rail. That is a market like that. So like I say, these small markets are a lot of low-hanging fruit in these small markets, and obviously King Rails knows what the hell he's doing when it comes to the NBA Summer League. All right, let's see. Teddy B says, Loshak, Jim, show me love, y'all. I gave Wings team total over and cashed it. Yes, Teddy B, I did tail that one. I had the Wings team total over, and I had the Sparks team total under. Both of them cashed. That was great. Trenton Claxton wants us to do WNBA first. I guess we could do that. Godmother87 say, hey, sorry for the WNBA pick yesterday at Loshak. Godmother87, I went 5-0 on that game, and your opinions, your analysis, your input was part of what I was thinking about. You know, I wound up staying off the total, but taking the Wings team total over and the Sparks team total under. Godmother87, how about that? Godmother87, and I couldn't have done it without you.
Absolutely.
And Teddy B and a few others as well. So thank you, Godmother87, for your input and your thoughts on the WNBA yesterday. If I hadn't had that, I probably just would have taken a weak sauce shot with the Wings and just left it at that. Instead, I had confidence, took it 5 different ways, and went 5-0 on that one. So my WNBA record right now is looking very nice. Let's see, what else do we have here? Comments coming in.
Farouk Islam cashed with Phillies, lost with Milwaukee. Farouk Islam took Milwaukee and lost when Jimmy told me not to. Damn it! No, we're all working together as a team, and I, just want to be right over 54% of the time. Twatty Latte saying Money Gang owning Summer League. Yeah, they're hitting at a very high rate. And then we have Picasso the Prophet in the house. I'd like to see that. Nick Dial live bet Boston -1.5 when they were down 2. That was beautiful.
Nice.
That might be one of the bats of the year that Mookie Betts put on last night. Young Vaughn talking CFL thinks Edmonton should win. That line is moving very quickly.
We'll talk about that CFL game. Joe D says, wish I put more than $500 in that CFL tip. Thank you, Jimmy and Pete. Jody, where the hell are you getting $500 from to put on CFL?
From his horse winnings, man.
Really?
This guy's a thoroughbred monster.
Holy
this
crap.
guy's killing horses nonstop, man.
Damn, Jody. I look at that one. I had a winner on that one. I'm like, maybe I should have put more than $2.80 on the first half under. But I'm very happy that I did. That was a full unit bet for me. Max units bet for me. Sometimes I do go 2 units, which of course would be $5.60. And yes, sometimes I do 3 units, Jim. $8.40. That is absolutely not out of the question for me at this moment in my life.
3/4 units for CFL and WNBA, up from a half unit. I think WNBA, I'm still just listening as much as possible and using you guys as the, so even though I'm 12-7 with my record, but it's not something it's because I'm listening to you guys. But CFL, I think it's time to move up to a full unit.
Yes, I do sometimes do 3/4 units as well, which is $2.10. I can't really do half units because a lot of books won't take a bet less than $2, so they won't take a bet for $1.40. But I do 3/4 units sometimes.
Hey, if you want to bet me $1.40, I'm all good. Man.
Hell yeah! All right, what else do we have here? Let's get to some comments here. I'm going to have a little bit more energy in a few minutes when my patented drink, which is of course prune juice, lean, and Courvoisier, kicks in a couple minutes.
It's like in a few seconds. To my man Jace Gum, whom I love, and I work with on Twitter. Jace Gum says Edmonton probably wins their rematch with Toronto, but doesn't cover, and I'm looking forward to break that game down.
Yeah, I have this time perfectly because the prune juice doesn't kick in until after the show's over, but the lean and Courvoisier kick in a few minutes. So it's the perfect drink for the perfect show with the perfect comment section in 2018 here at SBRodds.com, SportsbookReview.com, SBRSportsPicks.com. Let's just look for some comments here, and then we'll get into a MLB. We will keep a brisk pace today, the entire show, I guarantee you. Let's see. Yes, Brian Watson says, thanks for Calgary, Jimmy and Pete. And I'll tell you what, I probably would have passed on that game, Jim, if I was listening to you on that one. I'm doing a lot of I would say about 2/3 of my CFL research that I plan for each week is to listen to your analysis. That is 2/3 of my research, and the first batch of research that I do is before the lines come out, and my thoughts on the previous week's results and what I expect from the upcoming week. We will talk about tonight's game, which is a very weird one because it's a huge line. Yeah. I was thinking that Edmonton would be a nice play, except I don't know if now I was thinking that maybe we'd see 6.5 or something. Instead, it's up to 10. But we will talk about that one. Yes. Let's see any other comments here. Just shout out comments if you're seeing them. I'm now looking for handicapping comments.
Let's see. Not applicable does have a handicapping comment. Pete heading off to the toilet before the end of the show. Odds are 2-1. I wouldn't take that. I think he'll be just fine.
Yes, absolutely. Let me see. Other comments here. Other comments coming in. Just shout them out. Nick Dial, live bet Boston. Very, very nice.
Jesse the Shark with us. Teddy B says, Lakers in summer, bet on the team, trust me. They're going for the repeat.
Who said that?
Teddy B talking about the Lakers in the summer league.
Man, the summer league, it's just like this fruit tree that's just sitting there that you can just pick on. Right?
Well, you have to be studying and know the players and stuff like that.
But that's what I'm saying. If you know what the situation is. Huge shout out to everyone who's following the summer league and doing well with it, and a huge double shout out to everyone who's doing that and giving us their tips in the Loshak in the Bag show. That includes Teddy B and King Rail and others, but primarily King Rail and Teddy B. Shout out to you guys. Thank you so much
Native
for everything
Queen
you do.
joining
Native
us,
Queen, yes.
Red Girl joining
Damn,
us, Comic
Red Girl.
Ricky joining us, Mr.
Shout out.
Gokester. We got a great Triple Beans. We got a great group, DJ Big Boss.
Hell yeah. All right, shout out. All right, well, people are requesting WNBA first. I don't know if we should do that, though. I'm definitely scratching my head. As we know, the Aces have been a great team this year, an undervalued team, and Minnesota has been obviously an elite team that can falter in spots. Now, does Minnesota consider the Aces to be a formidable opponent or a team that they're thinking about overlooking? I don't know, but a double-digit spread in favor of Minnesota had me scratching my head hard. My entire bald spot I scratched.
Huge favorites in WNBA, big favorite in CFL. It's just... It's those are tricky games. I would much prefer, because it's going to take longer, to hammer this baseball card out.
Yeah. All right. So Annie Marak says, Pete, heads up. I broke down 11 fights. Awesome. I tried to be short. Thank you. But MMA going to need a bit of time. Annie Marak will probably get to that one in depth in the afternoon show. Although I'm fully prepared for that. All right. I guess let's jump into MLB right now. We can throw the record up. What the hell? Overall, it's pretty nice. My record overall in the year is very nice. Jim's record cutting down, coming back is admirable. You're still doing great over the past few weeks with a nice read on some of those games. It's just you did take a couple. It felt like you were reaching a little bit with some of those, like alternative run lines of plus 350. You know what I'm saying? You were like, man, I'm just gonna.
I lost less than a unit on those.
Yeah, I know it's hard. It's just like MMA underdogs. It's like when you're taking those huge underdogs, it's so hard to look back at the results and try to figure out if you made the right play or not. You know what I'm saying? Because if you take a plus 350 dog that should be plus 200, that's a massive edge. But you're still expecting to lose 2/3 of the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I hear you. I feel very comfortable with everything that's happening in the last couple of weeks with MLB. I had a goal and I'm a unit and a half off of it. I expected to actually hit it when I got into work, but tough luck. Especially when it was 3-0 Dodgers. I was like, I'm going to come to work.
That was tough. And I also had a 2.5 unit swing with the under in that Pittsburgh game. You saw that one, 2 runs in the top of the 9th to send it over. All right, let's get into it. Milwaukee, Pittsburgh. People were already saying that they like Milwaukee here. I was thinking that way as well. Kingham, though, has been pretty decent, though, and especially so at home. But Guerra's been pretty decent. In my notes here, I'm thinking about Milwaukee on the second half. I'm thinking Milwaukee is the spot here, and maybe a shot with the under, although I'm not sure. What's your take on this one? A lot of people leaning Milwaukee right now, Jim.
I can understand, them leaning there, but I'm uncomfortable with this spot. I don't have a very good read on Junior Guerrera. I haven't had a good read on him all year. Kingham is also sort of tricky as well. Pirates have won 4 of 5. Oh, Demons Are Real has joined us.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no, it's
I'm a little scared of this guy. I like him. I think demons are real. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know who this dude is, how connected he is to demons. Welcome, Demons Are Real. Thanks for your insights. Welcome. Have an enjoyable time.
It's Friday the 13th. Of course, Demons Are Real.
In the comment section of the Loshak in the Bag show, shout out to Demons Are Real. Thank you very much, Demons.
Pirates won 4 of 5. Guerra 6-5, 2.79 ERA, 1.22 WHIP. Won 3 straight starts. Continues to pitch well. 1-1 with a 3.44 ERA, 8 career game 6 starts against Pittsburgh. Took the loss this year, May 4th. So he was touched by them this year. 6 hits, 5 runs over 5 innings. He has a 2.81 ERA in 4 career games at PNC Park. That's not where he was touched. Kingham, though, last start gave up 1 run, 4 hits, 6 innings with 5 strikeouts against the Phillies. I don't like the Phillies' offense.
Right.
So that's not. Still that's an impressive start. Yeah. And he faced Guerrera May 4th.
Yeah.
Kingham got the win.
Kingham's been not great, but not too terrible. Mostly decent at home. I might be getting suckered in by the low line here, and I'm not sure if Milwaukee's bullpen is still dominant, but I will take Milwaukee second half minus 125. Milwaukee second half minus 125. I'm kind of thinking that Kingham might have a decent start. I'm kind of thinking that Guerra might have a decent start as well, and I'm not sure what else to make of this game. Maybe I'll just stick with this one play, but I'll go with Milwaukee second half minus 125 to start. And thinking about the under, a lot of people though are suggesting that they do like Milwaukee here.
Absolutely. absolutely. Wolverines, lots of great comments. First off, Wolverines bullpen got a blow yesterday. Jeffress Hader now on multiple days of rest. Pick Milwaukee.
Right.
And then Kobe says Brewers look to bounce back. Pirates team is 0-7 in its last 7 games, 2s of a series. Comic Ricky on the under here.
It's just I don't really like fading Pittsburgh as a home dog, especially the way they're playing right now. But I'm going to take Milwaukee second half. That's a definite play. All right, we do want to keep a brisk pace. Jim, what else do you want to get to?
Well, let's get to the Rangers and Orioles. I feel like Cobb has a serious issue here. He left his last start 6th inning after suffering a blister on his right index finger. He says, I've dealt with it in the past. Should only be a short-term issue. It won't harm my next outing. I don't believe. He had to add, I don't believe there. I mean, when someone's dealing with something like this, I want to fade him. Is Hamels going to have a bounce back after one of the worst starts of his career? He just was allowed 7 runs, 5 hits over 2/3 of an inning. Are the Rangers in a really nice spot here? I know they've lost 5 of 6. Orioles have lost 9 of 11. The Orioles are hitting 232 with a 655 OPS versus lefties. Anthony L on the Rangers run line. Dave on Rangers first 5 money line. If I never bet a game with the Orioles or the Astros in it, I'd be way up on the season. They just continue to cost me, and they could do it again. But I feel like they should be faded in this one.
Yeah, this one I'm also thinking about Texas -1, Texas second half, maybe the first half over, maybe the team total overs. This is a game that I had circled where I was like, I might quintuple or sextuple up on this one in various ways. I'm leaning Texas -1, Texas second half, the first half over, Texas team total overs, score in the first inning, yes, Texas to score first, all those kinds of plays. I'm thinking about all that in this one. We also got a request. Someone asked for bullpen updates. Let me see.
Sure. While you're just looking right now, I'd like to give a shout out to Dom, our man, Dom Ricci, off a huge 5-in-1 day yesterday. Great work, and Dom is on the Brewers.
Where's the specific guy asking about the bullpen? He's asking about my updated thoughts on bullpens. I can yes, I will absolutely tell you what I think right now in terms of my current form on bullpens. This was last updated though 5 days ago or 4 days ago, so it might be a little bit behind. But in general, right now, I've got. Let me see. Obviously, Yankees and Astros still elite bullpens, whether they're ranked 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. Absolutely elite. Yankees and Padres top 5.
Yankees, Padres. Okay, sorry, I thought you said Astros.
Yankees, Astros top 5.
Astros have looked quite susceptible over the last 4 days.
In their bullpen, yes, they absolutely have. But I think that was a little bit of a speed bump, although it's absolutely true. Over the past 10 days or so, actually, it's not just the past 4 days. Past 10 days, the Astros bullpen has been slipping. That might be a speed bump, and they did demote Giles, didn't they?
They demoted Giles. Yeah. I don't think it's a speed. I've been shocked all year at how great they were. I see them as just an average bullpen.
I certainly have them as average over the past 10 days or so. Going back further than that, they were good. Other bullpens that have been good over the past that have been bumped up in my rankings over the past 30 days or so. Padres, Twins, and Phillies and Rangers, all nice bullpens over the past month or so. Those are all bullpens that I have bumped up here. Let me see. Padres, the Phillies and the Phillies have been Padres and Phillies the last 10 days or so have been and the Rangers have been a little bit off. But over the last month or so, I definitely have those 3 bullpens as circled as bullpens that have improved over the past month or so. And then the bottom of the barrel, as always, KC Royals, Miami Marlins, New York Mets, Detroit Tigers, Orioles and Rockies, not good either. Bottom of the barrel. They've been bottom of the barrel all year long. Past 30 days, still bottom of the barrel. Past 7 days, past 10 days, still bottom of the barrel. Just some awful bullpens right there, Royals and Marlins. A lot of people throw the Giants and Indians in that category. I would not throw the Giants and Indians in that category. Royals and Marlins continue to be absolute pigs in the bullpen, bottom of the barrel. That's those are my general current thoughts on my bullpen numbers, my updated bullpen numbers. So I do kind of like the Texas bullpen over the last 30 days or so. And again, I'm thinking about Texas second half here. I'm thinking about this game 6 different ways. Maybe I'll wait a little bit to see what I actually want to pull the trigger on. Let's get to another game. What do you think, Jim?
No, I want to make a move.
You want to make a play?
Okay. I think so. What is there a line movement issue at all in this game?
For Texas? No, I do. This is a game where I do kind of want to see what the since opening, not much of a line move at all.
No, I like this spot. The question is, do I do a first 5 and full game, or do I do a run line spot here? I think that if I do a first 5 and full game, there's no need for that, and that's what I'm going to do. I think that Cobb, he says, I don't believe about this blister issue. I would expect him, if he had a blister issue, to take a start off. He obviously doesn't want to. So yeah, I'm going to jump on this. I'm going to jump on the Rangers here, and let's see. Let me just read a couple things. If any, Robert Johnson and caution on the Texas over. Both teams have weak hitting, 2 bad pitchers, 2 weak bat sides, confused. I don't think Cole Hamels is that bad of a pitcher.
No,
he's
coming off
a bad start.
Yeah, I think he's vulnerable in spots against against good offenses, but in this spot, his strikeouts have been there. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean, and that's a good sign for Hamels. If he was really in store for some negative regression, maybe we'd be seeing bad strikeout numbers. But he's been getting hit hard, but his strikeouts are still there. So the jury's still out. Someone said, "Damn, if Pete's all over Texas, I'm going to pull my bet on Baltimore or something." If that's what he said. I'm not sure I'm going to be. Yeah, Jesse the Shark says, "Pete all over Rangers Day." Not sure. I'm just thinking about it. I'm almost definitely going to be on the Rangers second half because I give them a big edge bullpen-wise. I also don't like Baltimore's bullpen. So I'm probably going to be on them second half. As far as the other plays, I'm probably going to wait until the 6 o'clock show.
Anthony L. Rangers run line. Dave L.A. Rangers first 5 money line. Mm-hmm. Red Girl, I like Texas and the over, not applicable. Texas money line. Brian Watson over Texas, and Kobe Valentine says Hamels a lot better away than home also. And you know what? He had a rest basically, right? He only goes 2/3 of an inning. Who cares? He gets touched. Yeah. I'm going to jump on this. I'm going to take both first 5 and full game.
All right, on Texas.
Yes.
Okay, just the money lines, right?
Yeah.
All right, we do want to keep a brisk pace here. All right, so let's see. Texas money line. Best line would be minus 113 at UWager, minus 113, and the first half for Texas will be money line will be minus 118 at a bunch of places. Texas first half money line minus 118. I'll quickly check Pinnacle to see if I can get a better line for you right there. But let me see. Texas, where is it? Texas minus 118 still. All right, everyone's on Texas minus 118. A lot of people liking Texas here. Let me see. Other comments coming in are that Anthony L. says the line hasn't moved because even though Cobb has the profile that many sharps try and back as a positive regression candidate, they are tired of pushing away money on the Orioles. Yes, Baltimore Orioles, second worst team in baseball in terms of ROI. I think they're the worst, actually. They're the worst.
I believe they're the worst.
Yeah, I think KC is the second worst, and Baltimore is by far the worst. Okay.
Jesse the Shark says, Jimmy, how is Syndergaard going to do today? Can we jump to that game
Yeah, we
right
will
now?
jump to that one. First, I will throw on Texas second half right now, and I'll probably be on it a bunch of other ways as well. And
the very scary thing about Demons Are Real is he's now gone on the dog in both the first 2 games. He likes Orioles, and he said that his demon has told him Pirates.
Okay. Thank you for that. Thank you for that insight. Demons are real. Hope you cash. Good luck, Demons are real. I'm going to be on Texas second half. I'm going to line chop in a second for that line. Thank you for joining us, Demons are real today. Hope you have a nice day today. Also, we have some inside information from YUN. Oh. Inside information. He says, I live in Houston, and everyone here in Houston believe Astro bullpen is suck. All right. Yes, they might be into some negative regression. The Astro bullpen, at least according to YUN, believes Astro bullpen is suck in capital letters.
Twatty, who thinks Kingham is bad at throwing baseballs, is 31-14-1 on Pirate picks.
Very, very nice.
And,
all right. And he likes Milwaukee?
Well, he does not like Kingham.
Yeah.
As far as I know, I've not seen him actually say I'm on Milwaukee.
Although Kingham has been oddly a little bit better at home than similar to a Yin Chen, and we will get to that one. All right, Jim, why don't we talk about the return of Noah Syndergaard for the Mets while I check the line for Texas second half, and then we'll get to that game.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was reading. I am very interested when the demon speaks.
Yes, I am too.
So we talking Tanner Roark versus Noah Syndergaard?
I am too.
Tanner Roark, Noah Syndergaard, wind's blowing out over left center. Roark looks terrible. Lost his 4th straight, 5th straight decision. Most recent appearance Sunday, allowed 4 runs, 4 innings against the Nationals. He's 0-5 with a 7.76 ERA and 6 starts since June 6th. Now, he's always pitched the Mets well. What is Syndergaard going to do? And I tell you what, to be honest with you, I actually kind of have a lean towards the over. And I'm not sure. I don't think it makes sense to do it. Syndergaard did look good. It was a Class A Brooklyn rehab start. 1 run over 5 innings with 7 Ks. I'm not sure what to do, and I feel like it's best just to kind of stay off.
Yeah, I was thinking that Syndergaard might be worth the play, although there has been a big blind move here in favor of Washington. Yeah. I was thinking that Syndergaard's going to have a short, strong start, and that the Mets might be a good play on the first 5 innings, especially in light of Rourke's struggles, and then Washington in the second half might be a play.
I do like I like that a lot. What would we get on the Mets first half?
Mets first 5 money line. Let's see. It would be. I'm guessing it'll be bigger than about minus 135. I'll check what Pinnacle has, but about minus 135. Minus 135, including at Pinnacle. And then the second half for Washington will be, minus 125. So I'm taking that one as well. So I'm on Texas second half minus 125, Milwaukee second half minus 125, Washington second half minus 125, and I'm thinking about throwing the Mets first 5 innings minus 135 as well. Maybe Washington first 5 innings team total over. It's 2 minus 128 right now at Pinnacle. I'm willing to take a shot with Syndergaard here that he's going to be good. His rehab start, doesn't really prove that much, but it went well supposedly.
Yeah.
Got a bunch
Scotty
of
Rock's also on Mets first 5.
Yeah.
Brooke Jordan likes the Nats. Dave L.A. said that's a great play, guys. Mets first 5. Did you just take it?
I took Washington second half. I'm thinking about Washington first 5 innings team total under 2 at minus 120, and maybe the Mets first 5 innings at minus 135 as well. All right, you know what? I'm going to trust my instincts. You know what I mean? Yesterday there were a bunch of plays where I didn't trust my instincts. Left some money on the table. I mean, Washington can hit though, and Syndergaard might.
But the Mets should be able to touch your orc a bit.
Yeah, maybe.
If you take Mets first 5, I will hail.
I don't know what I'm going to do here. The question is just, it is a bit. I mean, Syndergaard is still, is his timing and everything going to be on? Not exactly sure. It feels like he's going to have a strong start. What's up with the Washington lineup? It feels like they have an offensive explosion every 8 games. And the other 7 games, they're either getting borderline shutout or putting up 3 or 4. Something very modest, right?
Yeah, Murphy's starting to hit. It's very confusing. Rostradamus says Nats could be sitting on a powder keg. We're heading into the second half. Jesse the Shark likes the over on this spot. Nate Holguin says Mets pen is out of ink. Fade Thor. Carl says Mets first 5 sounds like fire and throw in Nats money line. But then Justin Searcy says this game isn't worth a play. The only reason people are considering it is because of Syndergaard, and Anthony L says be careful backing guys off the DL. He could very well be on the pitch count. But
he will be on the pitch count.
That's why we're going to stick on the first 5.
All right. I'm going to wait until the afternoon show to make a decision, although I doubt I'll have any better information then. But I'm just going to take Washington second half right now. Tempting to take the Nationals first half team total under at 2, and tempting to take the Mets on the first 5 innings at minus 135, and even tempting to take the Mets on the first 5 innings team total over 2. I mean, Rourke looks like he's legitimately vulnerable right now, doesn't he?
Oh, he certainly does.
Definitely does.
Certainly looks vulnerable.
So what's up with the Mets offense? Can they be productive here?
Well, I was surprised that they were productive last night.
Yeah.
It's a good sign.
Is it a good sign?
Yeah, they could touch Scherzer a bit.
Yeah. I mean, what do they have going in this lineup right now? Are they okay?
Batista's hitting.
Yeah.
Batista's hitting, and Cabrera is hitting Nemo maybe with that 3-run home run 2 days ago
turned it around a little bit.
Maybe.
All right, I'm going to take a shot with the Mets. With the Mets first 5 innings team total over 2 minus 110. If Rourke comes in and holds them to 1 or fewer runs, I'll be willing to eat that as a loss. It'll just be 1.1 unit. I've done that a lot this year, and I'll take a shot with that one. First 5 innings team total over 2 minus 110 for the Mets. I'll take a shot with that one. This is another game I might quintuple up on. I'll make my final decisions later on.
Wow, interesting. Scotty Rock says that's why first 5 for Washington's at plus 115. Scotty, the first 5 is in the Mets' favor, definitely.
Yeah.
And Andy Blue, who knows this team very well, says tonight Nationals full game. Young Vaughn says Nats overrated. Jesse the Shark says I think Washington could pull this off.
Yeah. I mean, Washington on the alternative run line might be worth a shot as well, because I do think that even if Syndergaard is having a lights-out game, they'll pull him after 6 innings. You know what I mean?
And Mr. Gokster's on your playing that second half as well.
Yeah, I'm on that second half. I would have a lean to the Nats minus 1 as well. It's just that I'm not sure if Rourke is going to get crushed here. But Syndergaard, even if he's lights out, will be on a pitch count. All right, let's move on.
I'm going to take. I think Syndergaard can have a nice 5-inning start.
What do you want?
I'm going to take him on the first 5.
All right, Mets first 5 innings minus 135. That's an official play from Jimy the Bag. I might wind up on that one in the afternoon show. All right, let's keep a brisk pace here, Jim. What else do you want to get to?
Well, I found this card very difficult. So why don't we start with Arrieta versus Wai-Yin Chen, Phillies and Marlins. Chen is just ridiculous. 1.89 ERA at home, 9th best in the majors, 10.47 ERA. That is the worst in the majors. And here he is at home. I feel like the Marlins are a live dog. Is Arrieta to be trusted? He struggled in 2 starts against the Marlins, only made it through 7 2/3 with a 9.39 ERA. Neither of the Phillies don't hit lefties. Marlins don't hit righties. Actually, Marlins hit for an okay average, 250, but 693 OPS. Phillies are 230, 681 OPS. I was very curious to see if a bunch of people would like the Marlins, especially Kobe Valentine, who's made so much money off the Marlins. Is he going to be on the Marlins?
They're a tough team at home as an underdog. I don't like to bet against them, and this game is almost definitely going to be a complete pass for me. Slightly into the second half under 3.5 minus 135, but even that one I think I'm going to pass on. As of right now, I have no play on this one.
Andy Blue says terrible play bag on my Mets first 5. Not a good thing to see.
Okay, yeah, I mean that's entirely predicated on a strong start from Syndergaard, which I don't think is an outlandish assumption, right? I mean, you could easily get 5 shutout innings if Syndergaard's on his game. 5 shutout innings, easy.
I think so.
You know what I'm saying? All right, yeah, Zigzag Man says under might be the play in the Miami game. I was thinking about the second half under, maybe. And Wolverine saying I'd be looking to live bet Miami, strong bullpen. Wait, what? Live bet Miami. Strong bullpen. Really? He thinks Miami has a strong bullpen? I don't know. I have Miami rated second to last in majors over the past month or so, and overall in the entire year, second to last, second only to the Kansas City Royals. Even a bigger set of pigs in their bullpen.
Andy Blue 2525 says Rourke owns the Mets. Take it from a guy who has a Met tattoo on his arm.
What? Who said that?
Andy Blue.
Rourke owns the Mets, and the guy has a Mets tattoo on his arm. And we're going to go against that?
7-2 with a 3.09 ERA, 19 career appearances, 13 starts against the Mets.
All right, but he's in bad form right now.
He's in very bad form, and he's been in bad form all year. He's 3-11 with a 4.76 ERA. It's not like this is just what's going on since June, although he's been awful since June. You know, he's not looked good all year.
On the other hand, this guy's got a Mets tattoo on his arm. He called a run line play for the Mets against the Phillies in the DeGrom start, and it went to extra innings and it cashed. This guy has a great read on the Mets and seems to have a cosmic connection to them as well.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It seems like he's good at reading them intellectually and spiritually.
I would like to know what Demons Are Real has on this game.
You know what I'm saying? All right, well, I've just taken the Mets' first 5 innings, team total over 2, and Washington in the second half. We'll see how this game turns out, and I definitely don't like to read Andy Blue's opinion that those might not be good bets.
I find this card very difficult, but there's one game that I do like, and but I want to hear what everybody else has to say. I think that the under is in play in Rays, Twins, Eovaldi versus Odorizzi.
Okay.
Game time, 81 Fahrenheit, wind blowing out, but sideways and very softly. Rays had their 5-game winning streak snapped last night. It was it's tricky to take a young pitch. I don't think some people were saying, I believe it was Kobe saying that the All-Star snub screwed up. With last night's start with Snell. I don't. I think it's the rain. The rain is an issue. You don't know when to prepare, when to stop preparing, and when to prepare, when to stop preparing, and it just messes with you. Eovaldi, 3-3, 3.35 ERA, 0.81 whip. Another perfect through 6 innings last time out. Second time this season he's no-hit an opponent for 6 innings or more. Odorizzi's facing his former team, but these are a bunch of new guys on this team. And 1.06 ERA over his last 3 outings. I've been waiting for Odorizzi. I was much higher on Odorizzi than you were in the beginning of the year. I'm waiting for him to step up. And I think this might be a spot where he shows and has a nice start.
Yeah, but those recent results were against were relatively easy spots, if I remember correctly. I was thinking that Odorizzi's going to get hit here. I was thinking about Tampa Bay -1. I was thinking about Tampa Bay team total overs. Well, Minnesota's been rolling at home, though, so I don't necessarily want to, Eovaldi's off a great start, but that was against the Mets. He might get hit a little bit here as well. I was leaning overs here, actually, and I was thinking more so with Tampa Bay team total overs and Tampa Bay -1. I'm thinking Odorizzi might get hit here. I think his last few starts were good, and that they were in relatively easy spots, and this will be a little bit of a tougher spot for him.
Wow. Well, I will certainly not make a plan on it then and take more time to study it. The line... I guess the line's pretty much stayed the same. Kobe says Eovaldi has good numbers in July, hard to fade. I like the under as well, Jimmy, but no read on the side.
Yeah. Let me see. DJ Big Boss says he likes under in the Texas game. Red Girl says Odorizzi maybe his strikeout. So Odorizzi, Red Girl liking a decent start from Odorizzi as well. I was thinking that this might be a shot for a decent place to take a shot with the over in general. I think Eovaldi probably gets hit a little bit. Odorizzi probably gets hit a little bit more. And that's just my general feel on this game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Tomor says Eovaldi hasn't been consistent off great starts. I don't trust him here. That is true. Nate Holguin says Eovaldi here. Red Girl says Odorizzi, maybe his strikeouts.
Yeah. All right. I'm thinking about this one. And let's keep a brisk pace.
Okay. I'm not gonna study that more. Hearing you guys not liking it.
Okay. Let's move on to other games that are interesting. I don't even know. Well, Matt Harvey against Martinez. That's an interesting matchup.
Definitely.
You want to talk about that one? Let's talk about it.
I do. Game time, 91 Fahrenheit, wind blowing in sideways. Cards have taken 9 of 10 from the Reds, but this is a much different Reds team coming in winners of 19 of 28, and all of a sudden Harvey's pitching again.
Yeah.
It's crazy that he can turn it around with just a move to a different team. 3 of his last 4 starts, 3.79 ERA since joining the Reds. Velocity back in the mid-90s again.
Yeah.
Wow.
For Harvey, you mean?
Yeah, almost exactly where it was in 2013, 2015. His second start of the year against the Cardinals. Got a no decision, allowed 5 runs, 4 hits, 3 walks, and struck out 5. 0-2 in 5 outings before that, but with a nice ERA. Martinez looks like he's figured his shit out again, right?
And shout out to Kobe Valentine, who called the positive regression from Harvey a long time ago, said he was reading reports that Harvey was back in the gym, not going out to the club, and Kobe Valentine said he expected better things from Harvey going forward, and that certainly has happened. And as you said, Martinez has now found his stroke as well. Maybe we like the under here.
Yeah, maybe we do. Tomar saying how Harvey's velocity is back up. Demons Are Real is coming with his plays. Houston, St. Louis.
Okay.
Colorado, Padres, Dodgers, and San Francisco are winners.
Sounds good. That sounds like a nice bunch of plays there. Demons Are Real.
Searcy likes Reds at plus 157. But Blake Hurst says Demons like favorites, huh? But he does have the dogs on the first two with the Orioles and the Pirates.
One thing to be aware of, always very careful. A lot of times these totals that have strange moves that you don't quite understand are totally right. There has been a move to the over. It opened at 8.5, minus 105 on both sides. Now it's juiced to the over, and Bookmaker already up at 9, and Betmania already up to 9. So a pretty solid move to the over in this game. I was thinking about a shot with the under, but maybe not.
Well, Twadi, who's just been banking off these Reds, says Reds have scored more than 4 runs in 21 of the last 23 games. And, man, it was a treat to lose 19-4 in cash on the over 3.5 in that game. The Red Girl says St. Louis over. Maui Mal, run line, I believe he's trying to say Reds super run line. Tomar says the Cardinals lineup looks good on paper, but isn't consistent. This line looks slightly inflated. Martinez is good, but not an ace. Kobe says, I'm telling you, all Harvey needed was to get into a team and city that has no pressure, no fans, no party scene, no
clubs. Yes, absolutely.
Nate Holguin says fade Harvey. Andy Blue says Harvey's a pig.
No, I mean, Harvey, the only problem is just that Martinez has found his stroke too. So, normally I'd be thinking about once again, a shot with the Cincinnati Reds alternative run line, which once again here at Bet365 plus 230. So but again, a big underdog line there. All right, I'm going to watch and wait here.
MS420, Reds. It's reverse run line and team total over at Capitals.
Team total over, so he thinks that Martinez is going to get hit. Martinez has been great his last few starts.
What is the Reds team total over?
I'm assuming it would be another 3.5, or let me see. Well, maybe not because they're let me see. The Reds team total over. Yep, 3.5 minus 134 at Pinnacle, and at Heritage right now probably 4 minus 110 or 105. Let me see. Yeah, 4 minus 115 at Heritage. 3.5 minus 134 at Pinnacle. All right, I'm still thinking about the under, even though Red Girl likes the over and the market likes the over. And as far as the side's concerned, the automatic, don't even think about it lean would have to be to a Cincinnati -1, as good as they've been. Maybe Cincinnati on the second half as well. But again, this feels like a card where I'm going to be waiting to make a lot of my plays in the evening show. Wow. I have a lot of leans. But what happened?
Swati doing his thing.
Oh no, what happened?
Reverse run line,
again?
money line,
yeah,
team total, full game over.
I mean, St. Louis isn't a particularly fearsome team. It's just Carlos Martinez, when he's on his game, is lights out or close to it. I'm going to make my decisions on a lot of these games in the 6 o'clock show.
Well, can I throw in my Coors Field fade? I think this is a great spot for it.
Okay.
Now, obviously, I don't like Nelson Cruz pinch hitting. That hurts this Mariners offense, but Zenzatella is not the guy we saw in that first start. I don't believe. I'm taking Mariners on the reverse run line. I'm fine with Christian Bergman. I know he's not like a highly thought of prospect or anything, been around the league for a while. Game time, 87 Fahrenheit, wind blowing in, but softly. Rockies have won season high 4 straight, 10 of 13. They've won now 9 of 13 at Coors Field, and we know that they've had a very bad record there. Mariners will limit Cruz to pinch hitting duties. I don't like that. Bergman looked very good in one start at home versus the Rangers. Now, obviously, Coors Field will be much harder, but he pitched here 2014 to 2016. 6-4 with a 6.69 ERA. I mean, that's terrible. We know that's terrible. He's been okay for Tacoma, 6-6, 4.78 ERA. But I'm not sitting here thinking that they have a huge pitching advantage with Zenzatella.
Okay, +2. There was no overnight line on this one, so I didn't look into it. I'm vaguely high on Zenzatella in general, but I was high on him in this last start, and I got burned with that one. So I'm going to make a decision on this one later on. Jimmy the Bag +230. You want that one? Seattle -1.5, +230.
Yeah.
All right, let's maintain our brisk pace here. What else we want to talk about? Fires against Shields is interesting. Fires against Keuchel. Keller against Shields.
I want to talk about that game.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to. Every time the Tigers are facing as a big dog facing a lefty. I just think they have a ton of value.
Okay.
Even without Cabrera in the lineup. Now they're getting Shane Green coming back from the DL. Now, I wish, he looked awesome before he went on the DL. I'm not sure if he'll be great immediately after. But I just feel like if you take the Tigers in some form, they have a ton of value.
Okay.
And Fires has a lot to prove here. Tigers have lost 7 of 9. Astros are coming off losing their first home series in more than 2 months. Fires 6-5, 3.65 ERA, 1.21 WHIP. I was not high on him coming into the season. He's been excellent. 1-1, 1.29 ERA over his last 3 starts. Keuchel 6-8, 3.95 ERA, 1.31 WHIP. Has worked 7 innings in each of his previous 2 starts. He's looked good. 2-0, 1.93 ERA. Has a 4.65 ERA over 7 career appearances against the Tigers. They just hit lefties. 273, 768 OPS. I'm going to take the Detroit Tigers on the first 5 innings.
Okay, Detroit Tigers, first 5 innings. Let me find the best line for you right here. That'll be plus 205 at BetMania. I'll quickly check Pinnacle, but we can give you at least plus 205 at BetMania. Detroit, first 5 innings, plus 205. And Pinnacle has, what does Pinnacle have here? Let's see. Let's see if we can get you better than plus 205. No, plus 198. Okay, so plus 205 is what we can give you at Bet365. All right, let's move on. Let's see. What else do we want to get to here? We have Cleveland, Herman against Bieber. That's an interesting game. Godley against Sanchez. That's an interesting game. Keller against Shields. Casey and the White Sox. And then the night games, I'm going to save until the evening show. I didn't look into them too deeply, although obviously the old Tyler Chatwood fade is in effect tonight, going up against Clayton Richard. That's an interesting. But the 10 o'clock games, I'm going to look at this afternoon. So we have the White Sox game, the Atlanta game, the Cleveland game, and then of course Boston, Barucki against Porcello. Well, let's talk about that one because Barucki has had 3 great starts. Really impressive. Crafty lefty. Definitely not a more than a middle of a rotation guy long term that he projects out to. And Porcello is, of course, what we, just a reliable veteran. Not lights out, but very reliable. And I don't know. I'm just thinking because of the general roster edge that Boston has here, it might be worth a shot on taking them, even at the big favorite line, despite the fact that Baracchi's been so impressive in his short time so far.
Well, I wish I had jumped on this just blindly, almost taking the Red Sox minus 1.5 earlier, because it's helped me very much over the last week or so. Baracchi is no joke. I mean, these are starts. These aren't starts against the Royals. These are Astros and Yankees. He's looked great, and all the Toronto fans are very excited to throw him in the fire, man. See what he looks like against, at Fenway. Game time 74 Fahrenheit, wind blowing sideways. Red Sox have won 10 straight. Baracchi, 0-1, 2.25 ERA. He doesn't have a win yet, but it's pitched great. 1.25 WHIP, 16 Ks in 20 innings, just 6 walks. Porcello has allowed 2 earned runs or fewer in 5 of his last 8 starts. Remember, we thought he was going to, look like he did last year, and he is not. 5-1, 3.38 ERA over that span. 1-0, 3.29 ERA, 2 starts against the Jays. Not a very good lifetime record, but looked good against them this year. Granderson, 6 for 20 against them, but Hernandez 1 for 8. Martin 5 for 34. Morales 9 for 41. Pilar 10 for 38. These guys don't hit them. I think that it helps that the Red Sox just saw a lefty yesterday. I think that I like Baracchi. But that doesn't mean that Red Sox aren't just a minus 1.5 every time they're at home. They might be. Yeah, I mean, they just seem like a better team. Porcello should be reliable. The Jays are just a pig of a not. The Jays are just a not impressive lineup. Is that what we're assuming here? Definitely. Just no reason to believe anything different is going to happen in this one. Absolutely. Tomarino Tomor says Baracchi has looked good, but his only road start wasn't great. I don't trust him on the road. I'm definitely leaning Boston minus here. King Art says, how does Boston hit lefties? Worse than righties. That's for sure, but still okay. Well, it's been skyrocketing. Yeah. I'm telling you, there was at one point they were the worst team in the league against lefties. This number has been going up and up and up. It's now 256 with a 730 OPS. They had an OPS under 7 for a long time. I'm telling you, they're hitting lefties very hard right now. And Kobe Valentine, not at all afraid to take Toronto as an underdog, says Boston is a play I really like as well. My 3rd best bet. Jesse the Shark says Boston team total over easy money. Melas Palas Way likes Boston on the run line. Yeah. What is the run line right now? What do I get? Probably the same kind of deal, plus 110. The standard line for Boston. Let me see. Yeah. Oh no, I'm sorry, minus 104. It's That's fine. Okay. Dom Regis has had Red Sox run line last night. Taking them again tonight. I did as well. You know what? It's just winning. It's winning and winning and winning. All right, Boston minus 104 on the run line, and I will fine. I'll throw on Boston minus 1 here. Boston minus 1. Let me just find the best money line right now will be minus 190, and the run line, of course, minus
-104 at Pinnacle, so that'll come to about, minus 145 or so. If it loses, that'll be frustrating, but I'll take it as well. I'll take it anyway. And let's talk about the Yankees and Cleveland game. Herman against Bieber. Herman, electric stuff. A little bit inconsistent, and Bieber is now coming off of a couple of subpar starts. Is he going to get hit by the Yankees here?
You think a guy who stays around the plate nonstop would be in trouble against this Yankees lineup, but with injuries, they're just not quite as strong. But Greg Bird has gotten rolling.
Yeah.
And having Bird rolling, they weren't getting much production out of first base. Having Bird rolling is a big, big asset to this Yankees team. Game time temp 81 Fahrenheit, wind blowing in, but softly. New York is 7-0 since Game 3 of last year's American League Division Series against the Indians. At 39-21, they've outscored them. Cleveland's bullpen's given up 8 home runs in the last 6 games. Indians have lost 5 of their last 6 games at home. But do you trust Herman? And I don't know if I do. Red Girl's on Herman strikeouts, which I'm guessing is over. Second career appearance against the Indians, and the first one was incredible. No decision, but shut them down. 6 scoreless and hitless innings.
Yeah.
He'd only thrown 84 pitches. That was a season high. Up to that point, struck out 9, walked 2. He's not lost a game since June 4th, but he hasn't looked that good. 2-0, 4.85 ERA. Bieber looked incredible in Akron and Columbus, and he's looked great at home. This is a tricky spot.
All right, well, I'm definitely going to take the Yankees on the second half. Once again, that's going to be minus 126. That's the current line at Bookmaker. Heritage has minus 130. I'm definitely going to take that one, minus 126. I'm not seeing at Heritage any of the pitcher props out yet, but probably Herman once again on his strikeouts over, whether he has a good start or a bad start in terms of home runs and runs given up. Probably going to get his strikeouts once again against Cleveland, and I might go on that one. I might tail Red Girl on that one, but I'm definitely going to take the Yankees second half, minus 126.
Top Shelf Sniper says Yanks at this price is a must. I want to give a shout. Oh, and Melee Pale this way. Yanks at this price, I'll take it anytime. Wow. I want to give a shout out to Kelly, my man Kelly McMillan, excellent CFL capper. I follow him on Twitter. You guys should too. Guy crushes CFL, and he's in our chat now. Hopefully we want more of you, Kelly McMillan.
Hell
Please
yeah.
join us more.
Hell yeah! Shout out Kelly McMillan. All right, then there's the White Sox KC game. The KC might be just an auto fade against anyone. Even the White Sox Shields got crushed last out, but he might be okay here. And Keller, he had control issues last start, but maybe he was just afraid of the Boston lineup. He's had some okay starts, some pretty impressive starts actually. And this won't be a terrible lineup to face the White Sox. I'm not exactly sure what to think about this one. And then the Arizona-Atlanta game, there is rain coming in the forecast, so I'm thinking that this one might be rained out. I'd be leaning Atlanta, but Godley's been having control issues. But I'm going to wait till the afternoon show to make a decision on that one because I think that game might be rained out. KC White Sox, not sure what I think about this one. Maybe White Sox is the play.
Very interesting. First off, Native Queen has spoken. New York, first 5, team total over, and full game, team total over.
Mets or the Yankees?
No, Yankees.
Oh.
She thinks the Yankees are going to touch Bieber.
Really?
She thinks they're going to touch Bieber. And Von Polo says, why are you moving so fast? It makes the show not interesting today. You guys need to slow.
Really?
Yeah.
Because we got about 10 more minutes left, and then we will get to WNBA. Usually people like the brisk pace, don't they?
It's tough.
It's
a tough thing to balance.
You can't please everyone, even though I try. And people say, the one guarantor of failure in life is to try to please everyone. Well, I'm trying. I try to please every single person. That's my credo in life. Try to please everyone. That's what I'm trying to do here, Von Polo. So some people like a brisk pace, some people like a slower pace. I don't know. We're going to do our best to please everyone. And I guess, were we too fast? I thought the show was a pretty good pace because we hit each game, bam, and then we moved on. Hit a game, bam. Hit a game, bam. Joke, bam. Comments, bam. Hit a game, bam. I thought it was a good pace, right?
No? We're doing our best.
Is my sense of pace off now all of a sudden?
No.
Okay.
Tom Ricci says no one else is complaining.
Oh, okay.
But we do love Von
Yes.
Polo, and we want to make him happy.
Yeah.
Yes, I feel like Shields should bounce back. I really do feel like he should bounce back. Reef, New York City says you're the man, Pete.
Oh, thank you very much, Reef NYC. Shout out to NYC.
Yes. Noah Lastark says, where is Juan Ma? Just use your imagination, Noah. Brad Keller versus James Shields. Game time temp, 88 Fahrenheit, wind blowing sideways. I feel like this can be a bounce back spot for Shields, but certainly I'm afraid to back him. I've been afraid to back him all year. Even when he has good starts, this White Sox offense doesn't step up. Keller, what's he going to give us? He's looked good so far, but he did allow a career-high 4 runs and 5 walks against the Red Sox. Now, that's a tough team in a tough barn. And, maybe we can give him a pass for that. Shields coming off a very rough outing versus the Astros. Can we give him a pass for that? 8-2, 14 career starts against the Royals. faced them March 29th, very early in the year and got touched. 4 runs, 5 hits over 6. Royals are hitting just 240 with a 666 OPS versus righties. Maybe the Demons are real. We'll take them with that OPS. White Sox are hitting 243 with a 704 OPS versus righties. It's a tough spot.
Yeah, it is a tough one. All right, so I think we've touched everything. We do want to get to the interesting WNBA games tonight. I'll review right now all the picks that we've given. Then I'll go once over the games, just quickly touching on what leans I'm thinking about. Then we'll read some comments, and then we'll move on to WNBA. Here are the picks from Jimy the Bag. Seattle run line plus 230. Texas money line first half and full game. Mets first half money line. Boston run line minus 104, and Detroit first half money line plus 205. Those are all Jimy's picks. My picks so far, just a lot of second halves. Milwaukee second half, Texas second half, Washington second half, Yankees second half, all minus 125. Mets first 5 innings, team total over 2 to hit Rourke, and Boston minus 1. Those are all my picks so far. But picks that I'm thinking about, games I'm thinking about, I'm thinking about taking Milwaukee minus 1 as well. Definitely thinking about a lot of other plays in this Texas-Baltimore game. Thinking about maybe taking Texas on team total overs to hit Cobb. Maybe the first 5 innings over. Hamels to get hit a little bit as well. Texas minus 1. Thinking about that. Other leans that I got, again, I do have a lean thinking about in the Washington Mets game. Thinking about joining Jim on the Mets first 5 innings. Maybe thinking about taking a shot with Washington minus 1. Let's see. Other leans I'm thinking about. Thinking about looking into this KC White Sox game a little bit harder, and maybe thinking about maybe the under and maybe a shot with the White Sox here. And in the Cincinnati-St. Louis game, thinking about taking Cincinnati second half, Cincinnati minus 1, and still leaning under despite the fact that the market has moved to the over, and Red Girl says she likes the over as well. Seattle, Colorado is an interesting game. I'm going to get into that in the afternoon, as well as the 3 late games. And Tampa Bay, Minnesota, again, I think Eovaldi gets hit a little bit. I think Odorizzi gets hit a little bit more than that. And so I would be leaning over Tampa Bay team total overs, and maybe Tampa Bay minus 1 as well. But those are just thoughts and feels and leans that I've got right now. The Detroit-Houston game makes me nervous. I kind of just wanted to fade Detroit any which way now, although you can't deny how good Fires has been recently and how much better Detroit is against lefties, and how maybe Houston's bullpen is in for some negative regression.
And
so maybe
the team as well is going to lose a few games before.
You're right, before the All-Star break. Right, just like the Cubs did when they were an awesome team. You're absolutely right.
I'm not saying that they're a bad team. It's just...
And it's a massive favorite line. You're absolutely right. So that's what I'm thinking about. Those are all leans that I got. Let me see. The Pittsburgh...
There's a question here for you from Andy Blue 2525. Pete, what's your infatuation with second half? Is it strictly bullpen?
My infatuation is just that when I handicap the games, those are plays that I feel like I have an edge on. And, since they started offering them pre-game, I have done overall well with them. I believe that I'm up this year in the show with them, although, I'd have to check, but I'm sure that at least a few of my positive units overall on the year have come from second halves. And, it's just there's a few key handicapping factors that I feel like I have a good read on. Obviously, bullpen is a huge one. The lineups and starting pitchers factor in different ways. And it's just a market I feel like I have an edge on, so I wind up, making a lot more plays on the second halves pre-game than you might, assume that I would. But I certainly have no particular bias in favor of them. I just look at the game and figure out where I think I might have an edge. Turns out that second half plays I take a lot of. You know what I mean? Is that a good answer?
That's a great answer. Yeah, and it's been a big part of your success this year.
Definitely.
PRC publicist and coach says, since back from Kenya,
hell yeah,
I've been hitting it hard in MLB. Thank you guys. Best play, France to lift the cup.
Oh, shit.
The game is before French National Day, July 14th.
Yes, we will talk about that one in the evening show. We did discuss that one with Natalie Rydstrom. A lot of people and when did we do that one? That was on Thursday, right?
It was yesterday.
That was yesterday. Yeah. So watch the late show yesterday where we did the second half of the Thursday late show. We talked about in depth the World Cup final with Natalie Rydstrom in studio. It was a lot of fun, and we also got a lot of great comments from the comments section. I would say that probably more people were leaning Croatia as far as the play with value than France, for my recollection, right, Jim? I feel like it was like 60-40 in favor of Croatia as the side with value.
As a side with value. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It seemed like a ton of people were on Croatia, and those people who've been on Croatia have made a lot of money getting to this point.
Definitely.
So I can understand why they'd want to stay with them. And they have a very, very strong midfield, and I can understand it.
Definitely, bro. All right, so those are all the picks that we've given. Again, I've got a lot of leans in MLB. I'll probably wind up converting some or maybe most of them in the 6 o'clock show. That'll all happen later on at 6 o'clock Eastern time. Now let's quickly get to a WNBA. We can throw that record up too. Yohan, you got the WNBA record there. It's looking pretty nice. I'm coming off a nice 5-0 day in the Dallas game. Now I'm up almost 9 units. Jim, of course, had 2 winners on that one as well. So overall, those are some nice looking records right there. Of course, we couldn't be able to do that without the wonderful help from the comment section and all the sharp NBA cappers that we have going on. And today I'm looking at this one. All right, so the line's moved a little bit in the Aces' favor. It's now down to a 9.5. It was 10 when I saw it on the opening line. Is someone out for the Aces? Why is this line so huge?
Yeah, I've got to do more work on this, and one of the things that Rails preached is waiting, and to get this injury, get the injury news, because it's difficult. It's harder to get the information.
Yes, it is. You noticed that, right, Jim?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, harder to get WNBA information than other sports, yeah.
And Twatty saying this check kills WNBA. They're the reason why, especially me, this is my first time capping WNBA. This is the only reason why I'm up. Just listening. Listening. Yes, there are huge spreads in today's card. I wanted just to really mainly listen. I hammered all of the baseball games, but I haven't put enough time into this, so I'm just going to basically read. Red Girl says Atlanta and Indiana under.
Yes. That was one of my picks. I already bet that one, and here we go in my notes. Yes, that was one. I was like, here you go. Check this out. Jimmy the Bag. Check this out, Jimmy the Bag. Def-loving under here. Def-loving under here for Indiana, Atlanta. That was at 157. Let me see what the line is right now on that one. Yeah, it's, oh, shit. It's gotten bet up. It's now 158 at Heritage, 157.5 at other places. All right, Red Girl, that's not a good sign, right?
No, but we didn't care what the market movement in CFL was last night.
That's right. That's true. Those are my leans that I was thinking about. I was thinking about the under in Atlanta, Indiana. I was also vaguely thinking about maybe Indiana as a good bet at keeping it close. They're now up to a 9.5 point dog, 10 at U-Wager. Obviously, Indiana's a terrible team. Obviously, Atlanta had a great win in their last game. But I'm thinking this might, I don't know if 10 is enough to take here, but I was definitely leaning under there. And the only game that has me really scratching my head is the Vegas line getting, not 10 anymore, but 9.5 at Minnesota. And the total's also low. I know Minnesota can play great defense, but I was definitely thinking that the Aces, I know it's a road game, but the Aces team total overs, how are those not good bets?
What are they at?
King Rail. Where's King Rail at? How is the Aces team totals not good bets here? We got 38.5 on the first half at Pinnacle and Heritage, and the full game for the Aces is 77 minus 120 at Pinnacle, 77.5 minus 110 at Heritage. I just don't get it.
Let me read out some of the crack cappers here. Our team of WNBA cappers here. Tomor says I'm on Washington minus 2.5 first quarter.
Yes, Washington coming off a loss. It's probably a big bounce back spot
and
for them.
And they're at home against a weak Sky team. I think they're strong. Very interesting. I'm going to jot that down. Okay. Godmother 87 joining us when
Shout
we
out
need
to
her
Godmother
most.
87.
When we need her most. Connecticut minus 3. Diana is questionable for tonight.
Okay, yeah, that game did not have an overnight line, so I did not look at that one, but thank you, Godmother 87, for that information. And here we go. Money Gang Rail says no plays on Aces and Sky games just yet. Suns are a play tonight. No Sanchow, no word on Tarasi yet, and under 84.5 first half. Okay, again, that one I did not look at because there was no overnight line, but I'm just thinking, Gang Rail, should the Aces be getting 9.5 points here? And should their team totals be, 77 minus 120 and 38.5 on the first half? I know Minnesota can play good defense if they want to, but I just don't quite get it.
Godmother's also on the Mystic versus Sky over.
Yes, that one. The only issue is that they already did meet twice this year, and they were both modest scoring games. But the personnel was different from that game. In those games, those were about 8 or 9 games ago. And I was thinking about, that's my other lean on in this card was the at least first half and full game over on that Chicago and Mystics game. It's
Davis going for a big score with Fever money line.
Fever money line. Yeah, I was thinking maybe Atlanta coming off that big win. The Fever's a bad team, though. It's just a little bit hard for me to get a read on exactly how bad they are right now. They're bad. They're bad. But I was thinking this is going to be a lower scoring game.
My man Walter Trotter got in late, but wanted to send love.
Oh, shout out to Walter Trotter III. Walter Trotter III. All right, I will. I guess I'll take this one now, even though who knows where this total's headed with Atlanta, Indiana. It might be 159 in the afternoon show. It might be 160 and a half. Who the hell knows? It might go back down though. I'll take the Atlanta game under 158, minus 110. That's the current line at Heritage. I'm also leaning first half under. And then the Aces team totals, I just don't get it. I'll take those right now. I'll take the Aces full game team total over 77 minus 120. And the first half team total is 38 and a half minus 110. That's at Heritage. I'll take both of those. I don't understand why the Aces team totals are so low. First half team total over 38 and a half minus 110 and 77 minus 120. That's at Pinnacle. Atlanta game under 158 minus 110. If I was really being smart, I'd probably wait until this, just like King Rail says, right?
And
wait,
that's what the Red Girl said.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Let's wait, Pete.
Let's wait. She's right. Well, I just pressed the metaphorical confirm button on these plays, so I'm throwing them in there. But
Tomore says Atlanta looks like they're in a letdown spot, but Indiana struggles to score. Trenton Claxton coming with a summer league pick. Indiana money line and over. Indiana money line and over for those who are hammering it today.
There you go. Money Gang Rail also leaning Fever money line. He's leaning Fever money line.
Wow.
I was thinking maybe just Fever plus 10.
Oh, he's not been afraid to make big balls bets on these dogs money lines
and that makes me think that Fever plus 10 might be a better bet. And then Atlanta on the team total under might be a decent play as well at 83 and a half, even though they are coming off a huge offensive explosion. So this is a card that looks like, a lot of times in these WNBA cards, there's like nothing I'm really liking. Maybe I'm not seeing anything, but here I'm definitely thinking that Indiana plus 10 is worth a shot, and the under in that game, and the Atlanta team total under as well. Phoenix, Connecticut had no overnight line, so I have no opinions on it. But King Rail and Godmother 87 both said they like Connecticut here.
Yeah. But King's gonna wait.
Okay. The Chicago-Washington game, definitely leaning overs and definitely leaning like first half over. And the Aces-Minnesota game, definitely leaning Aces plus the points. Definitely leaning Aces team total over in first half and full game as well.
Tomore says when a team wins by 20 or more, I've had success fading them the next day.
Sure.
That's why I lean Aces. And Tomore has done that on both sides. We used to talk a lot on the Beat the Bag shows, and Tomore would talk about how every time a team gets destroyed, he backs them the next, and he had records to show that it was a hugely successful venture.
Very nice, Tomarino Tomore. And I am going to take a shot right now. I'll jump on this. Chicago and Washington, first half over 87 minus 126. That's the current line at Pinnacle. I'll jump on that one now. That one might get bet up a little bit. And as we've seen in WNBA, in all sports, but especially, WNBA and pretty much especially all sports, half points absolutely matter. You know what I'm saying?
What is the first half over?
87 minus 126. That's at Pinnacle. But these two teams, these are these teams that can have 50-point quarters at any given time. And so I'm going to take a shot with that one. I'm throwing that one on there as well. And I might have 4 or 5 or 6 other plays based on later information, based on line moves, and of course the invaluable insights from the Money Gang and from all of the commenters in the comments section, whom without them, this show would be nothing.
Absolutely.
This show would be nothing. You know what I'm saying?
It's our chat that
it
makes
would
our
be
show
well. It wouldn't be
strong.
nothing. It would be about 4% of what it is now. It wouldn't be nothing.
Wouldn't be nothing.
We matter. We matter. But it would be only about 4% of what it is right now.
It would be a shitty show.
Yeah, the comment section's about 96% of what this show is.
Yes.
All right, let's see. What else do we have here?
Lucrative Larry gets a percent.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the
Larry
comment
gets a
section's about 92% of what this show is. Me and Jim are about 4%, and the production crew is about 4% as well. So that's the breakdown there. All right, let me see. Any other comments here? Let's see. You want to?
Thomas said Washington and Chicago both talked about how they need to play better defense.
I know.
Both are up-tempo teams, though.
Yes, that's the thing. That's the big question. When you see this a lot in all sports, in NBA, in college basketball, all the time. Teams that are doing poorly in one area of the game, and then they quote-unquote talk about how they need to do better. And you're like, well, are they going to or what? And a lot of times I find that they don't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if they have a back history of doing well in that department, like for example, Atlanta, they've sort of, or the Sparks, for example. The Sparks, of course, were great defensively for most of the year. They're traditionally a good defensive team. If they start to have defensive lapses and then start talking about it, but if you're just talking about two teams that can't stop anyone, and then they start telling reporters that they need to start stopping people, it's like, no shit, Sherlock, but they're not going to be able to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's interesting stuff. And Dom Ricci, going back to this Atlanta spot, says Atlanta has gone over first half 11 out of 14.
Yes.
Wow.
All right, so I guess that's you want to get to some late...
Ezekiel Herrera says I would lean under in Sky Mystic.
Yeah, I mean, I'm only taking the first half over, and I'm taking it at 87 at minus 126. Yes, it is true that both these teams are like, we can't be giving up 100 points a game. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, teams just always gravitate to what they do well,
Yeah,
and when you have, and you see this all the time in all basketball, when you have two teams that don't play defense and they go together, it's just like there's a super high total and then it shoots over. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised if this is another one of these friggin' games with a 109 score at halftime. You know what I'm saying?
No,
and you're like, well, should I take the over at 87? And then it winds up going over by 20. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You feel me?
I totally feel you there. Mr. Gokster with the hashtag Larry to Vegas. We have a GoFundMe trying to get Larry out of Costa Rica for the first time in his life. Okay, there was one more thing I wanted to talk about here.
And just here you go, Teddy B. Here you go. My play for today is Sun -2. So Teddy B, King Rail, and Godmother 87 all liking the Sun here?
Yeah, that's
is that
enough.
what I'm seeing?
That's enough for me. Do we need to
What
wait?
more do you want?
Tarassi's hurt.
What the hell
even
more
if
do
she
you
plays,
need?
she's hurt.
Yeah.
What's it? Full game? What is it?
Well, full game, we're seeing 4.5. It opened at 3. Now it's up to 4.5. BetMania has 5. First half is 2. Yes, few places have 2.5. Is that enough for us, Jim? Do we need to do we need any more? I mean,
my only concern is I feel a little more comfortable with the full game. Because we've seen, like, you backed with Cambage out.
Yes, I did.
You backed them, and with Tarasi out, they can come firing in the first half. And we've seen teams without their big players step up early, but can they step up late?
Excellent insights, Jimmy the Bag. And you also see this game by game in the NBA as well. A lot of times when the star goes down the first game back, the team does way better. You're like, where did that come from? And then they crash. We even saw that with the Detroit Tigers after Cabrera went down, right? All of a sudden, Cabrera's down. The offense starts scoring for a couple games, and then it comes crashing way back down to earth. Yeah, the game didn't have an overnight line, so I didn't even bother looking into it. All right, I'm gonna hold off.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold off.
I'm gonna hold off. But anyone who's watching this show, King Rail, Godmother 87, and Teddy B all saying they like the Sun today, and that is just the holy trinity of WNBA opinions right there.
Without question.
Wow.
Without question. We do. Are we gonna? I need more work on this Argonauts Eskimos game. I do want to talk about it. Al Hart has said best play for Friday, which is something maybe we can finish with. But. I need to do more work on Toronto, Edmonton. We've seen this line move hugely in Edmonton's favor. There's a 10 at bookmaker. I mean, that's crazy. I've in my initial feel is that Eskimos do not deserve to be this big of a favorite. And sure, they smashed the Lions, but the Lions aren't a good team. One thing, I'd be more comfortable. Now, in that Lions game, we did see Edmonton took a while to get going. And I'm not entirely sure why Jason Moss and Mike Riley have a history of needing a half, or maybe they rope a dope, or why exactly it takes them a little while to get going. But you know what? I have to look at minus 11 units all day. Can we put up our CFL record?
Yeah, show the CFL record up there. I'm coming off a win as well, although I really should have had like 3 or 4 more units from yesterday, because I should have been on you with Calgary. That was ridiculous. I should not have been scared of that friggin' line movement. There you go, though. 11-4 for me, 8-3 for Jim, and I knew Calgary was a great bet. I just got scared of the line movement. I was like, what the hell's going on here? And I should have had the full game under as well. This game tonight, obviously it's a rematch. They played last week as well. I'm thinking this has got to be... I'm thinking over here. I'm thinking over. What's up with Toronto's offense? Can they be productive?
Well, it's a work in progress offense. I mean, obviously they had a plan to move Pat when Ricky Ray was going to be done. They had a plan, and the plan it was accelerated. After a week 1 injury. I really Jace Gum says 10 is too many points. Young Vaughn says 10 too much. I agree.
Yeah.
I need to work harder on this game before I give real definite responses. Jace Gum says Edmonton is good, but their defense sucks. So I think there's value taking the Argos in the 10 points. Just like their offense, I feel like their defense gets rolling later in games as well. This game I just need more study. So I will definitely hammer this game all afternoon, and then we'll put something nice together.
And would you have any opinion on the total? Because I was thinking first half and full game over. What do you think?
I've got to study last week's game harder. I feel like I just don't want to give any leans when I haven't put enough time and effort into it.
I hear you. I hear you.
So you know what? I'm just gonna let's go over what the total is right now. What is it?
26.5 on the first half and 54 on the full game, but there are 53 and a halves as well.
Okay, yeah.
That's obviously a healthy total for CFL though.
It certainly is, and we've been seeing much tighter defense through the beginning part of the season. And that's just, it takes time for offenses to get comfortable. It feels like it's easier for a defense to get comfortable in the CFL for whatever reason. It's very important to have a running game, even though it's a pass-happy league and a passing league. Before we go, Money Gang Rail says Summer League. Pelicans money line, but wait to see who sits for New York before you take it. And Mavs -2.5.
There you go. There you go. Shout out to Money Gang Rail, Summer League, Pelicans money line, but wait to see who sits for New York before you take it. And Mavs -2.5.
Red Girl says, Jimmy, I need that cup for my hot tea mornings. Red Girl,
excellent.
You can have anything you want. Red Girl,
huge shout out to Red Girl.
We are enamored and in love with you.
Hell yeah. Killing it on totals and pitcher strikeout props in MLB.
Huge
shout out to Red Girl.
Huge help to our team and our LoBag family. We love you here.
All right. Well, I'm officially leading over in this CFL game. The spread confuses me. I was like, all right, I'm going to take Edmonton here. I don't care if it's -6. I'm going to take them. Then I see 9.5. I'm like, damn, I don't know about that. But I'm definitely leaning over. And we will get to CFL in the evening show. We'll also go over WNBA again. We'll also go over MLB again. We'll also do an in-depth segment on MMA with Anna Marak's commenter Anna Marak's analysis. And we will also quickly touch on the World Cup final. And Jimmy and I will give our final picks if we want to have any on the World Cup. So we're going to have a huge show at 6 o'clock. Should be fun. We're going to keep a brisk pace no matter what in the afternoon show. So if you don't like brisk paces, skip the afternoon show.
No, Von Polo, don't skip it. But we're going to go fast, Von Polo.
Yes, should be a fun show. We'll see you at 6 o'clock Eastern Time.